Were you aware of your progress?
What I remember is I came to the US and then I started in your class. And then a few months later, I was able to understand pretty well what was going on. Perhaps I couldn't speak it, but I was able to understand very well. And then a few months later, my mom received, or we got a notification somehow that she needed to go to the OUSC to get certification that I was fluent. I probably took a test or something. That's what I remember. So I could tell that I was progressing because of this test and because I could understand, but I wasn't aware, like outside of myself, if what I was saying was clear. I just, from my point of view, I think this is what a lot of kids do, right? From their point of view, is this is how it is, and if you don't understand, I don't know what to tell you.
So the district's expectations of what a kid should be able to do may not always line up with, like, you were still learning.
For sure.
But they were like, she's good. Like,
yeah. I do remember this because I was like, oh, okay, cool, I'm fluent, 3 months or something like that. And I was like, but I did learn a lot more after it, and I continued, of course, studying until like high school and after, and I was learning something new every day. Yeah.
Well, I didn't want to throw water on your. I didn't want to not celebrate, but at the same time, I was like, I don't think she's all the way fly. We got some work to do. She just got here. And they had different levels. ELDs, English language development, and some of them were on level 1, like very, very beginning, just learning English. Others were at different levels. Some were in 4th grade, some were in 5th grade, because we had a split class. And then we had this. According to the district, EL1 students, level 1 students who were fluent, who had shown that they could, were be fluent. Students who have been speaking English for less than a year, who have already become fluent in this new language. According to the district, the 3 of you had become fluent. So I announced it, and I probably posted it on a wall or something and just celebrated, but we kept on moving. And then they do something called redesignated, which means you're no longer in the bilingual program. Did you think you were getting better? Did you think you were fluent? What did you think? And what did your parents think?
Well, we only spoke Spanish at home. So when they heard this, they're like, oh, cool. We were so proud of you, cool. But there's no way to actually know, right? Because they're not fluent in the language either. And then from my point of view, I just heard, oh, you're fluent. So I was like, oh, that's super cool. I'm super good. but I do remember being able to understand stuff. But as you mentioned, we just kept going and just keeping studying in your class. I was learning a lot more, and I wouldn't say that as soon as this was given that I stopped learning and I was good to go. I had so much more to learn for sure. Oh, and I do remember you had these big bookshelves with books, and we would like borrow a book and read it and stuff like that. And I do remember, like, when we had some reading time during class, that I would often like raise my hand and annoy you to be like, I don't understand this word. What's the saying? Because I still had much to learn, of course.
It wasn't annoying to me. That's beautiful. Teachers love when students ask those kinds of questions.